Benjamin, does my bum look big in this?
Morning, day 4. How'd you sleep, Ben?
Didn't sleep, Gav. Did not get a wink of sleep.
Why?
Did you not hear all those noises?
No.
Squirrels of laughter.
Squirrels of laughter?
Squeals even.
I didn't think there was any
No,
squirrels here.
There was squirrels of laughter, you know, whispering.
Really? What,
I was
like
scared.
horse?
I was scared, Gav.
Horse
You know,
whispering?
I'm man enough to tell you I was scared.
Were you?
Yeah, so anyway, I went for a wander around. Well,
Yeah.
actually, really. I thought at one point I might have to call in the most haunting team, but I haven't got the number, so I had to do it myself.
Yeah?
And, fuck it. Well, Gav, I've got some coverage, put it that way.
Yeah?
We'll send it out to the
You
fans
seem pretty
later.
stressed. How
I'm
do you
stressed.
fancy some nettle tea?
Well, I've run out of whiskey, so no tea might just do the trick.
We'll have some nettle tea then.
I'm looking forward to that, mate. Who's that partisan plucking nettles so early in the morning? Oh, it's Gav, obviously. Just told me he was going to do that. Lovely gloves as well. Yeah, multi-purpose gloves. I've actually lent them to him. Yeah. He's always wanted to put them on. This is his first opportunity and his last.
Okay, cut to the kitchen.
There it is. Oh, that's a nice bunch of nettles you've got there, Gavin.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to sampling your nettle tea. Probably not quite as good as whiskey, to be fair, but we never know.
We have a good array of nettles here.
Shall I keep rolling?
You can keep rolling. I might be here a while though.
Yeah, we might be here in a little while, so I think we're gonna come back to you in a few moments. Catch you later.
Nettle tea.
Thank you, Gavin.
Oh, look at the colour of that.
That looks familiar. Okay, steady on, mate. Thank you, Gavin.
So, nettle tea.
Nettle tea indeed.
So, a toast to nature.
To nature.
Cheers, Ben.
And getting one back on the old nettles, as it were. Well, Gwyneth Paltrow will be impressed.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm not so impressed.
It's kind of. I'm not sure.
I think I would have preferred whiskey, to be fair, because what I saw last night is probably going to stay me a long while. You know what I mean?
Oh yes, it will. It will. Anyway, here's to a good day walking, pal.
Gracias.
Iron Trunk Aqueduct. About mile and a half off of halfway. There's young Benjamin. We're now at Stoke Ruin. Very picturesque. We must crack on. Oh, by the way, there's only 7 locks here, not as good as Foxton. Blisworth Tunnel, and we have to go up here.
I'll have you, Blisworth Tunnel.
Yeah.
Lee said about Blisworth Tunnel better.
Yes. No swearing, hey. I'll just cut to this. What does that say there? It says, follow the way marker. There is none. Get your act together. Afternoon.
Ah! It's been a difficult day for me. I keep having these terrifying flashbacks. And hopefully I'll get over it. This might help a little bit. So bear with me one moment. Yeah, it definitely helps. Anyway, so we decamped this morning. Gavin spoke for a while with this boring woman about boring things. And before you know it, we're back on the canal. The canal was gorgeous again today, wasn't it, Gav?
It was beautiful.
We left Milton Keynes. Yeah, Milton Keynes wasn't that bad. Not as bad as I imagined it would be.
No, we didn't see any roundabouts, did we?
No, we didn't see any roundabouts. So we left Milton Keynes. We followed the canal for miles and miles and miles. We saw nobody. We saw no dog walkers, no boaters. It was great, wasn't it? It was lovely.
All the air was for us to breathe.
Absolutely. We met a hero.
We did.
We had a nice breakfast in a caravan park.
We did, yeah.
and then walked again for quite a long way, didn't we?
We did.
But then it all went a bit Pete Tong, to be fair.
Yeah.
We entered a dark period in the history of the Grand Union Tour.
Let's just say we had a phone call, and let's just name drop a little bit here, shall we?
We've not got to that point yet.
No, all right, I'll name drop a bit later then.
Okay, Gav's going to do a bit of name dropping later. So we got to Billsworth Tunnel. Ooh. So Billsworth Tunnel,
Blissworth.
Blisworth Tunnel,
Oh,
even.
Well, Blissworth.
We'll go with
Billsworth.
Blisworth.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, Blisworth Tunnel, we'll go with that. So we came across a tunnel. Obviously, we couldn't go through the tunnel, so we had to go over the tunnel, you know. So we went over a track, over the hill, and you would have thought we'd found the tunnel the other side. Where was the tunnel, Gav?
It wasn't there.
So we, for some reason, we decided to sort of go up to a bridle way.
As they would have taken
Yeah,
the horses
yeah,
up and over
absolutely.
the tunnel.
And before you know, I felt like Moses, you know, lost in the wilderness. Gav was on the telephone to East Midlands today. He's going to speak a little bit more about it later. Anyway, so eventually we found a way to the exit of the tunnel. Guess where it was? Blisworth.
Yeah.
You know, strange place for it to be, really. When we were there, we went to a newsagent's and spent pretty much our life savings on junk. Back on the canal. On the canal, we came across another hero that Gav's going to talk about again. And then something dark happened, which I'm not going to dwell on, I'm not going to go into it, but something happened, and here we are now. Where are we? But we're here.
Well, we're just outside of Budsbrook.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
We've passed Budsbrook.
Cool. So over to you, Mr. Blissett.
Well, the boring bit that Ben spoke about, I thought I'd better learn a bit of the history of the haunted church. Apparently it's St Peter's that was left to go derelict because they moved it, the parish, elsewhere. Anyway, enough of that. So we get back up on the canal, and the first set of locks we come to, we meet a woman and we ask her where we can get water and breakfast. Ben wanders off while getting directions, and a chap approaches, so I say hello because I'm an amicable sort of bloke. And it turns out that he is what we are doing. This man, I feel quite tearful about it and humbled. This man was walking from London to Northampton with nothing but a bag and a stick. He was a bit reluctant to tell me his name, so we'll call him Frank for now. We offered him breakfast, we offered him a drink. He refused any help. But I was very humbled by this man because he hadn't got to piss in. So, to you, Frank.
To Frank.
And I hope you live a very long time. I must just say, we did see him a little bit later on, asleep in a field, bless him. To you, Frank.
Frank.
Anyway, as we moved on up the canal, apart from Ben's occasional, I won't call them night terrors because it wasn't in the night. Let's just call them terrors. We stumble across another chap. We say where we're going, to Market Harborough.
Something's happening, Gav.
And it turns out that he knows Market Harborough quite well, and he knows a lot of the people that we used to drink with. And I'll mention his name. His name is Joe the Hat. So, to you, Joe the Hat, you know who you are, and everybody knows who he is. Anyway, so move on. Going back to the Blisworth tunnels, I take a phone call, so I can't look at a map. So, East Midlands Today have rang me. They want to do an interview and meet us, so watch out for us on telly at some point towards the end of the week. And I think I'm going to say good night now, because I think I've spoke too much and I need to get my head down. Good evening.
Gav, halfway through that happened.
Yeah, that's alright, that's alright.
That's not...
Yeah, that's alright.